is going to break down Sinners for us. I haven't seen it. Dave hasn't seen it. The Cinematic Webb himself, our movie theater correspondent. Colin, break it down for us. How are you feeling about it?
Awesome. So I liked this movie. I don't know. When I came out of the theater, I was a little like I like this movie, but I also didn't like this movie in some ways. And I'll kind of explain why. But basically, this is Ryan Coogler's newest movie, and it's a period piece. It takes place in, I think, 1932 in Mississippi. And it's about two brothers. Their names are Smoke and Stack. And both played by, Smokestack. They're both played by Michael B. Jordan. And the thing I really liked about this movie is his performance, because he plays the role of twins. But throughout the entire movie, he doesn't feel like the same person at all. Like, you always know which twin it is. It's either Smoke or Stack, just because they use like the visuals to kind of set them apart. But also his personality as well is like so drastically different between the two brothers. So it feels like he's actually like his twin brother is actually playing like the other brother. It's kind of crazy. So he does a phenomenal job with that. But basically they were in World War One, and then they're become gangsters in Chicago working with Al Capone. And then they return home to Mississippi, where they want to start what's known as a juke joint. So this is the Prohibition era, and that's basically where like African American people would go to like drink and gamble and do like illegal stuff, but also listen to music. And so music is a big part of this movie. So they also, another main character is their cousin Sammy, and he basically just wants to play the blues. But his dad's like a kind of a strict preacher who's like, no, I want you to become a preacher like me. And he's like, no, Dad, I want to play the blues. That kind of that kind of trope.
Yeah.
And so they open this juke joint. They buy an old sawmill with the money that they have from being gangsters. And that's the first half of the movie. And then the second half, some vampires show up and try to kill him.
What the? Are you serious?
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
It sounded so like real life.
I knew that was the plot, Wade, and it's like a type of like mashing two genres together. Would you say?
Yeah.
Would you say that's right, Colin?
I would say
right?
that's exactly correct. I heard a review. Have you guys seen what's it called? I think it's
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
But I've heard like that movie's the same way. They kind of like set up all the characters, and then in the second half of the movie, vampires show up, and it's like them trying to, I don't know. That's what some people said that they felt that this was like. I haven't seen that movie, but I kind of want to watch it because it was kind of cool. Because it is a horror movie. Like the second half of the movie, you have those horror elements, and so, but it's just really cool. The action's good, the gore is good, and just the characters themselves are pretty good as well. Like the problem I have with horror movies, I don't really like them for the most part, just because I think they're pretty generic and they're pretty predictable. Like you kind of know which character's going to die, that type of thing. But the thing I liked about this movie is they took the first half of the movie to develop the characters, so you actually like cared when they were either getting killed or turned or whatever. And so I thought that was really good. Like I said, music is a big part of this. And so this is kind of one of the things I don't know if I necessarily liked when I watched it. They say like right off. No, the music's actually really good because there is some music in this. They're like playing the blues. That's really good. But they start off in the beginning of the movie. They're like, sometimes a musician comes along and his music like transcends space and time. And it kind of like something to do with like the spiritual realm. And that's what attracts the vampire to their juke joint is like the music. There's this one scene, and I won't give too much away, but basically like it's where music is like transcending space and time. And it just like, I don't know, it took me out of the movie because I was like, what is happening?
Is that the scene? Because I've seen people like, there's this one scene that's absolutely insane or something.
I think that was it. And I don't know if I just didn't get it when I was watching it, but I was just like, this is kind of weird. But some people loved it. So I was like, okay, yeah, I don't know. But
Hmm.
the other thing I liked about this movie is, unlike most horror movies, the characters figure out pretty quick what's going on. They're like, oh shoot, like these people are acting really weird. And one of the love interests, I forget her name, but she plays the kind of like the head guard in Loki,
Oh
African
yes, I know
American
who you're.
lady.
I know who you're talking about. Yep,
Yeah, so she's kind of like a witch, and
Hunter
she's
B-17 or whatever.
yes, yep. So she's kind of like a witch. So she like knows about vampires in a sense, or she just knows about the spiritual realm, and so she's like, I think like this is what we're dealing with, and they're like, okay, and they just go with it, and they figure out how to like. They're like, all right, we need garlic, like all the basic vampire tropes they used, but it works for the
Oh,
context that it's
interesting.
in. So they're not stupid. They're not just like running off and being like, oh, what's that noise? I'm gonna go
Yeah,
like
I need to
no,
save my cat.
they're like no, like let's band together and like actually fight these vampires. And so yeah, I think that was good. The other problem I had with it is the head vampire, like so like the villain, he's not really developed. Like you don't really know what his motives are. Like you kind of do, but it's like they give like 2 lines of dialogue. So if you miss it, you're like kind of like, why is he doing this? Like it doesn't
Is it
really.
like racism?
No, it's actually the opposite. Like he just wants to like bring people together in a way by
Oh,
making them live forever. And he wants Sammy,
yeah,
the guy who plays the music, because he's
yeah.
a really good blues player. Like he wants him because of his stories or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I feel like if they had developed his character more,
I gotcha.
um, maybe not introduced him in this like halfway mark of the movie, but
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I thought overall it was good. I think I liked it a little bit less than some people did. Some people think this movie's like perfect and amazing. I was like, yeah, there were some things I liked, some things I didn't, but overall it's pretty good.
All right,
Um,
Colin. Before you give your how many webs out of 5, we got 2 quick comments here. Haley absolutely killed it.
oh yeah, I forgot she's in this too. She's one
Haley
of the
Steinfeld.
yeah.
Okay.
She was really good. Uh,
Also, in an interview, the writer-director dude was saying he made it for his late uncle, who used to say the sentence of transcending space and time.
Oh,
okay, so
interesting.
like music, it transcends space and time. So that's probably where Ryan Coogler got that idea from, and
Yeah.
that's what attracts the vampire guy, dude.
Colin, do you know why this movie's so controversial right now? Have you heard about that?
Um,
Like the controversy around this? Because Ryan Coogler got
okay,
the rights to it, apparently. And so
yeah.
he's
So
making crazy money, right? Or is that
so
what is that?
no, so basically, he cut a deal with I think Warner Brothers
Yes,
is the one.
yes.
Yeah. So they're distributing the film and they have the rights to it for 25 years. But after that, the rights revert back to Ryan Coogler, and he said this movie is kind of like a one and done thing. Like there's not going to be sequels, there's not going to be
Yeah,
spin-offs.
yeah.
Like it's just he called it like a meal. It has your appetizer, your main course, and your dessert.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and that's all you need. So he cut the deal so that way Warner Brothers can't do anything with it after probably 25 years or whatever. And then he makes probably any money off the movie after that point or whatever.
Interesting.
But yeah, people are like, oh, is this the death of Hollywood? Is this the death of the studio system? Because directors are going to want to cut deals to where the rights
Oh.
revert back to them. So
And then they can do
with,
whatever they want with it.
yeah. And so like, cause like even I think Sylvester Stallone, like he doesn't even own
The Rocky
Rocky. I don't
movies.
think. I think
Yeah.
some studio or random person owns it.
MGM probably, right?
Yeah, and he like wrote it and directed it. So I know like some big directors, like I think I heard Quentin Tarantino, he did a similar thing with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So some directors have done this, so it's not uncommon. I just don't know why they're making it
Such
a
a big deal.
Yeah,
It is making a lot of money. So
yeah, it is for an R-rated horror
Hmm.
movie. Yeah, it's taking over the box office. It's doing extremely well.
Dude, Warner Brothers has had a good year. I
Yep.
mean, Sinners isn't accountant too, Warner Brothers? Or maybe it's
I think
not. I'm not sure.
Amazon?
But Sinners and Minecraft movie and then Superman, like, dude, they're gonna be rolling in it. They've had some bad years recently, so
Oh yeah, they've been struggling.
that's kind of good for them, I guess. But
Yeah.
All right.
it's a
So
good
how
movie.
many webs?
I would say probably 4. I was on
4 out
maybe
of 5?
3.5, 4. Yeah. It's pretty cool, and I think it's going to be. I don't know if I'd call it a classic. Some people are, but I think it's going to be one of those movies that people are going to come back to over time and be like, okay, yeah, this is. It kind of set some trends.
do you think it'd be like a cult classic, maybe type
I think
deal?
so. Yeah. Yeah.
That is
Cool.
kind of cool. I would like for some movies to come out that like reverberate through, where we're like, oh man, we're still talking, like Dune, we're still
Yeah.
talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, pretty cool.
And it's like you said, Kim. I think movies in 2025 have just been good.
Oh yeah,
And I think this has been part of it. Like we'll talk about The Accountant too, but most of the movies I've seen this year, yeah, they've been pretty decent.